Kazakhstan and Romania have started working on diversification of trade and economic cooperation. The largest Romanian transport company plans to launch a joint manufacturing and repairing factory of freight railway wagons in Kazakhstan. The two countries also plan to expand partnership in key areas of economy such as energy and agriculture. Negotiations on the launch of flights continue. The agreement on the opening of direct flight between the capitals of the two countries has been signed. This has been announced by Kazakh ambassador to Romania, Nurbah Rustemov.
Ендігі жылы бізге тестовый перелеттер жасайтын болса ұшақтарды, ал 2021 жылдан
We will start a test flight next year. Flights connecting big cities between our countries will be regular starting from 2021. First, our tourism potential increases via the launch of the direct flights. Secondly, we will expand our trade. The trade value is estimated at a very high level, which is $1.8 billion per year. In the past 9 months of this year, the trade value has amounted to $1.337 billion. In our opinion, this year this indicator should be no less.
$1 миллиард 337 миллион құрды. Біздің ойымызша осы биылға сол бұрынғы көрсеткіштерден кем болмайды.
Within 25 years of cooperation, the Asian Development Bank has invested nearly $6 billion in Kazakhstan. The country used the investments as loans and technical assistance grants in sectors such as agriculture, irrigation, finance, transport, energy, and others. Today, the cooperation of the financial institute with Kazakhstan continues. Priority is given to programs and projects on development of the infrastructure, promotion of innovations, implementation of the environmental standards, usage of the potential of renewable energy resources, and others. Representatives of the Asian Development Bank said that over the years of independence, Kazakhstan is the largest economy in Central Asia.
That is also in the nature of Kazakhstan, as is always on the front line of many developments, also in terms of reforms, in terms of progress being made in different areas. Kazakhstan has been the one leading in the region. One example I could provide of developments which has been happening over the past few years is the leadership that Kazakhstan is taking with Sustainable Development Goals. This year in November, we organized together with the government and UNDP the first regional summit in support of Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, and focused in particular on identifying financing aspects and issues and needs of Kazakhstan and regional countries.
The U.S. House of Representatives has voted to impeach U.S. President Donald Trump. The Democratic-led parliamentary majority has supported the impeachment on 2 charges: abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. The impeachment articles will be sent to the U.S. Senate to decide whether to justify the president or prove him guilty and remove from the office. The Senate trial will be held in January next year. Warrant arrest issued for Bolivia's former president, Evo Morales. Minister of Internal Affairs Arturo Murillo said that the previous head of state is charged with sedition, terrorism, and terrorism financing in the country. 14 people were killed and 12 were seriously injured in a major accident in Mexico. The tragedy took place in the state of Jalisco. A minibus full of passengers ran into a truck, which was parked on the side of the road, and burst into flames.
Kazakhstan continues to strengthen cooperation with UNESCO. The country's state secretary held a meeting with the Director General of UNESCO, Audrey Azoulay, in Paris. Jibek thanked the UNESCO for including memorable dates such as the 1150th anniversary of Al-Farabi and the 2200th anniversary of the founding of Shymkent city into the UNESCO international calendar starting next year. On behalf of the President, Jibek invited the UNESCO Director General to visit Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan plans to increase its funding for science by 10 times by 2025. At a government meeting recently, Kazakh Minister of Education and Science Askhat Aymagambetov said that 43 billion tenge was allocated for the development of science in the country this year, while the grant will be increased to 431 billion tenge by 2025. The President of Kazakhstan has instructed to allocate more than 3 billion tenge annually to support young scientists.
Bunun aldında grant konkursları 3 yılda bir rет өткізілсе,
Previously, the competition for grants is held once every 3 years, but from next year, it will be held annually. This is good news and genuine support for scientists. A separate budget program will be created to strengthen the material and technical facilities of the research institutions, and we have started working on it. The development of scientists' digital skills will also be studied for the modernization and digital transformation of the scientific infrastructure.
дағдыларын дамыту бағдарламалары іске асырылады.
Young scientists from Kazakhstan are ready to apply the knowledge and skills they gained abroad for the benefit of the country. One of the scientists is Meyram Murzabulatov, who completed his bachelor and master's degree in Kazakhstan and continued his PhD in University of Pennsylvania in the United States. The young scientist received a job offer in America. However, he chose to return to Kazakhstan. Currently, the IT specialist is researching for the more efficient computer algorithms.
Осы Назарбаев университетінен ұсыныс келді. Біз де ойладық, 7 жыл ақшта шетелде болдық. Енді бәлкім елімізге қайтатын уақыт.
I received an offer from Nazarbayev University. We thought about it. We have been living in the US for 7 years, and we have decided that it is time to return to the homeland and contribute to our country. We plan to create an artificial intelligence laboratory in the university. The entire world is developing it. I also plan to continue research on my thesis.
Университетте бір лаборатория құру жоспарымызда бар. Бұл енді әлемнің ұстанып жатқан бағыты. Және де осы айналысып жатқан тема бойынша, тақырып бойынша зерттеу жұмыстарын жалғастыру.
25-year-old Almalbek Umirtay's research works on international economy have contributed to the development of Kazakhstan's economy, and it has become an irreplaceable tool for local experts. Currently, the young scientist works in a company that attracts investments and stimulates exports in Turkestan.
Қазақстанның түрлі мемлекеттермен сауда келісімшарттарын жасау.
I developed my professional skills while working, particularly when I took part in various business forums, meetings, and signing of trade agreements between Kazakhstan and different countries. I wrote several research works on ensuring energy and economic security in Kazakhstan.
Қамтамасыз ету тақырыптарында бірнеше зерттеу жұмыстарын жаздым.
Almalbek Umirtay contributed to the translation of the Oxford Dictionary of Economics from English to Kazakh. Kyrgyzstan has formed tourist police in Isikkul region. The new officers of the police unit are tasked to ensure the comfort of foreign tourists in the country.
Туристическая милиция как бы образовалась, мы объявили конкурс среди...
The tourist police have been formed. We launched a competition among our officers in the internal affairs bodies and civilians as well. The main point of the competition is the knowledge of foreign languages such as English, Turkish and others.
Владение иностранными языками. Английский, турецкий, ну и так далее.
The law enforcement officers help both foreigners and local tourists. The policemen know the city with its sights as good as the tour guides. They are stationed in the public so that the tourists will be able to request for assistance. Just like instructors, they are on duty on the slopes, observing and ensuring that everything is fine and there are no incidents. The tourist police work only in Karakol at the moment. Soon they will also be stationed in the entire Isikkul region in the summer. Tajikistan and Russia are strengthening cooperation in culture. Art of the Central Asian country is presented in one of the halls of the State Museum of Oriental Art in Moscow. Traditional embroidery, ceramics and jewelry have been displayed at the Tajik exposition, where the changing trends from year to year from small villages to large cities were displayed. The art of Tajikistan in our exposition has two poles. This is the urban art of northern Tajikistan, the modern Sugut region, as well as the art of southern Tajikistan in mountain regions of the country. The Tajik exposition displayed knitted socks with ornaments called jurabi and dresses with bright chakan embroidery. Tajik textile has always been known by its graceful and original patterns. Ruiban is a special bridal veil. The symbols embroidered on the veil reflect the cosmogonic representations of the people, including the tree of life and guardian spirits. All of the items displayed are very valuable. The price of the exhibits can fluctuate due to many factors, such as the age of the item, to the skill level of needlewoman or jeweler.
Этот уникальный намазлык, они на сегодняшний...
This is unique prayer rug, namazlik, which is so expensive that the museum is unlikely to afford to buy it now. Firstly, the rug is very rare. If it appears at auctions, it means that it is only from private, very old collections. It costs from tens of thousands to several hundred thousand.
Десяток тысяч до нескольких сот тысяч.
The museum collection has been replenished since 1918. Previously, the exhibits are items found during scientific expeditions and donated to the museum, but currently the items are either gifted or found in private collections. The Golden Man procession through the museums of the world will continue in 2020. People in Germany, Lithuania, the USA, Singapore, and Italy will be able to see the national symbol of Kazakhstan. This was announced during a press conference on the results of the implementation of the International Exhibition Project in 2019.
Несколько таких целей этого проекта. Первая цель, можно сказать, это...
This project has several goals. The first is the popularization of our rich cultural heritage. The second goal is the promotion of the country's cultural image. The third is the attraction of foreign tourists to Kazakhstan. The fourth is sharing experiences in the field of museum business.
И четвертое – обмен опытом в сфере музейного дела.
The large-scale project was launched in 2017 as part of the implementation of modernization of Kazakhstan's identity program. Within the past year alone, people from Turkey, Malaysia, Greece, Northern Macedonia, Tatarstan, and Uzbekistan had a chance to get acquainted with the ancient history. I must say the Golden Man procession through the museums of the world was very successful in Uzbekistan. These cultural relations between the two countries will continue and develop. Undoubtedly, such exhibitions will contribute massively to the cultural development of the two countries.
Есть такой термин soft power. Культура как важный такой политический инструмент.
There is a term called soft power, which explains culture as an important political tool that shows the influence of the state and nation. Indeed, culture, literature, art, and philosophical thoughts, this is all our strength. This collection, this exhibition, which is traveling around the world, is a pure soft power. It is a diplomatic tool for Kazakhstan in the international arena.
Soft power, который позволяет заявить Казахстану на международной арене.
According to scientists, the pieces presented at foreign exhibitions, including the main one, the Golden Man, give people the opportunity to imagine the world of steppe civilization and become more familiar with the history, prosperity, and great victories of nomadic empires. Within 3 years, more than 1 million people around the globe had a chance to see the Kazakh Tutankhamun. During this time, the Golden Man has been exhibited in museums in 12 countries. The unique exhibit that demonstrates the highly developed civilization of the nomadic people has captured great interest around the world. Next year, the Golden Man will travel to 5 more countries.
Еще в 5 стран мира.
Khabar Agency has won the prestigious Choice of the Year award. The Khabar TV channel was nominated in the category of for contribution to the development of local television.
Лауреат в номинации «За вклад в развитие отечественного телевидения» агентство «Хабар».
Khabar Agency has 4 TV channels. One of the channels, Kazakh TV, broadcasts in 5 languages day and night. Thousands of stories have been told in hundreds of programs and TV series over the year. New projects have quickly become popular, while old programs continue to be watched due to the information shared to the viewers. The well-known Kazakh media agency has big plans for 2020.
Народное признание, общественное признание – это очень важно.
The national and public recognition is very important. This is what motivates and inspires us to create new content and to attract a new generation of viewers. There will be a lot of projects in entertainment and documentary, including movies, series, shows, and new talk shows. Therefore, we have something to surprise our viewers.
Чем удивлять нашего телезрителя.